to explain what they've learned. We have with us Chloe Reznikov, who is the General Manager of Commerce and Content. She leads the team that creates shoppable content across over 20 Meredith brands like People, Better Homes and Gardens, and All Recipes, maybe soon Dotdash and Match. This is the second major brand that we've had with us this morning who's going through a merger. Chloe, hi, welcome.
Hello, hopefully everybody can hear me. Thank you for that introduction, Steve. I'm excited to be here. Commerce is my favorite topic to talk about. I have been in this space for nearly a decade. So my goal is that by the end of this presentation, you all listening will have no fewer than 3 learnings to take back to your own companies. All right, let's dive right in. Hopefully everyone is able to see this presentation. And to first understand how Meredith approaches commerce, it's important to understand what we do. Our primary focus at Meredith is to understand, to empower, and to move women to action. So when it comes to commerce and action, we strive to provide thoughtful and helpful product and service recommendations to our audience of nearly 95% of American women we reach. And we do this by providing product recommendations that we feel good about recommending them to transact on. And to better understand women, earlier this summer, we conducted a survey with over 4,000 Meredith women to learn more about how the pandemic impacted their shopping behaviors. And as expected, nearly 8 in 10 women said that COVID forced them to change their shopping behaviors completely. 83% of these participants say that shopping online is more enjoyable and it's easier for them than shopping in stores. We also learned that 80% of these participants buy more products online than they do shopping in stores, simply because of convenience. So for us, we've learned that convenience is key for our consumers, and so is helping them solve problems, particularly in their daily lives. And because we reach nearly 95% of all American women, it's important that we do this work spanning across all life stages, generations, and cultures. Because at Meredith, we celebrate diversity and her distinct point of view. So just to throw a few quick stats out there, we reach nearly 84% of the Gen Z audience and also 89% of the Gen X crowd. We're also reaching 86% of African Americans. As Steve touched on briefly, licensing is a huge part of our business. We are the #2 global licensor behind the Walt Disney Company. Many thanks to this longstanding and successful licensing program we have had with Better Homes and Gardens and Walmart. We reach 190 million monthly American consumers. And through all the various e-commerce efforts, we drive over $1 billion in annual retail sales. What are all the ways we approach e-commerce? There are 4 key pillars. The first is affiliate content. Most of you are probably all familiar with it. And if you're not, you should definitely get on affiliate content because over the past 3.5 years that I have been at Meredith, we have been able to grow our affiliate content business by over 100% year after year. It's our fastest growing e-commerce business. It's through the use of affiliate links that we inject into essentially editorial product or service related content. You can think of it as service journalism. We're able to monetize and capture a portion of the sales that our readers are transacting on through our content. The second is native content. So unlike affiliate, which is purely editorial at Meredith, native is working with a sponsor or a client to meet certain KPIs that they have, to promote a certain product that they want to get out there and create more awareness for. The third is shoppable display. And this is really interesting. Our ad product team has done an amazing job of building these interactive click to cart shoppable display units. I have examples later on in the presentation for you to show you exactly what that means. And then the fourth and the newest venture into commerce is social commerce. This is where we should be experimenting. This is where we should be right now. So I am going to be focusing most of my presentation on the social aspect. And last year, eMarketer conducted a survey that showed that during the height of the pandemic in August 2020, more than a third of US adults have made a purchase via social in their lifetime. Yet only 9% regularly adapt social commerce. So unlike in Asia, although there's some interest and it has grown from 24% over the prior year, we have some work to do to adapt our audience to shop via social. But this gives us a real opportunity to be at the forefront of it. And if you don't start now, us as publishers, we are going to fall behind. Let's talk about social media, because that's the first growth area. Pretty much every major social platform at this point has gone into shopping in various ways. They are trying to get a larger cut of the billions of dollars that their users drive through their platforms when it comes to commerce. TikTok is probably, in my opinion, the most exciting one right now. It is one of the most popular because as of earlier this month, they crossed over 1 billion monthly users. So there's a huge audience of high intent shoppers on this platform that we should be tapping into. And in fact, earlier this month, the New York Times reported that the hashtag on videos that are talking about products, it's called hashtag TikTok made me buy it. It garnered over 4.6 billion views on those product related videos as of earlier this month. Huge audience of shoppers. Again, we need to be embracing TikTok and experimenting with it. At Meredith, we have some of our brands on the TikTok platform already. Daily Paws, for example, is one of our newest brands. It's all about pets. They have been experimenting with some product related videos. And one of our top performing product related videos was around a pet product that solved the problem of giving their dogs a bath. And it made it easier for the consumer. It's called Aquapaw. We linked to it on Amazon. You could hook it up to the end of a hose. And it also helps kind of comb the dog at the same time. So we did a video to show the before and after and the experience of actually watching the content creator's dog. And it garnered over 4 million views for us because we talked about a product that was helping to solve a problem for our consumers. In addition to Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube, which are doing some very exciting things, Snapchat is interesting. So I want to touch on that for a second because they are using augmented reality to move product. So think being able to try on a lipstick via their AR features, being able to see how nail polish looks on your fingers, being able to see how a shoe style looks on you. And it's not just Snapchat that's doing this. So many retailers are getting into AR. So think about what Warby Parker is doing to allow consumers to try on glasses from home. You don't need to go in store anymore to do that. And especially during COVID, this has been key. So I like what Snapchat is doing, and I think we should all be experimenting with that. There are some tools that are currently available to us as publishers that we can experiment with. Instagram stories, for example, allows us to embed an affiliate link so the user can swipe up and shop the product directly from our Instagram story. On the screen here, I have an example from All Recipes. This was during Prime Day. We featured one of our favorite air fryers, and we included an Amazon affiliate link in the See More button so the reader can swipe up to buy it. However, these same features that are available to retailers and influencers aren't necessarily available to publishers. But publishers, all of you, we're influencers. In fact, we are the OG influencers. In the case of Meredith, many of our brands like Better Homes and Gardens have been around for 100 years, long before influencers came about. We have real editor authority and a distinct point of view that adds a lot of value to these social platforms and can also move significant product. So my point here is not to discourage all of you. It's to encourage us to come together as publishers, speak to your partner managers, demonstrate the value we have to be able to use these tools. And then also another tip that I want to provide is that the media brands who establish a face for their brand will thrive and excel as a trusted source for product recommendations. We're already doing that by hiring expert e-commerce editors to talk about products and services. But from a face point of view, we're able to do this on social media. And Southern Living is a Meredith brand that has done a great job. They have Ivy Odom, who has become a face of the brand. She probably didn't think of herself as an influencer before doing this work, but we've turned her into one. She's a likable, relatable Southerner that people love interacting with. And she hosts a show on Snapchat called Hey Y'all, and it quickly garnered over 160,000 subscribers, likely because of Ivy and the great content that the Southern Living brand is putting out on that show. And when you think about TikTok, the reason why it's so successful with shopping is because there's a person that feels like they're your friend, giving you a thoughtful recommendation that feels authentic. It feels believable. You don't have to be an influencer to do that. The folks that show before and after in their TikTok videos, some crazy result, something that makes your life better in some way. Those are the videos that get a lot of views. And like I mentioned, these social commerce products, they typically roll out with retailers first, followed by influencers, and then publishers can sometimes be an afterthought. So here's an example of Instagram's shopping experience. They actually have their own editors curate products that are trending now. They curate collaborations, based on, what their editors are loving. But I think that they should collaborate with our editors that have brand name and brand pull. Instead of having their editors picks, it could be the InStyle editors picks of the week. So this is just an example of how I think that we should be collaborating with these platforms, using our editors and our shopping expertise. And of course, being able to monetize that with Instagram. The second area of growth opportunity is shoppable video. This is also fairly new for publishers. And in fact, we tested our first shoppable video experience over the summer, this past May, in the launch of our first ever people shopping event. We partnered with a major personal care brand focused on a beauty day. And then we also had a fashion and lifestyle day to round out the 3-day shopping event. It consisted of exclusive deals that we secured from our partners, a live shopping experience, which I have pictured here on the screen. We had affiliate content, we had social media, and we also had email marketing. What we learned actually was that the shoppable video outperformed our tried and true affiliate content. We are driving a lot of traffic to it. And we also had tapped into top talent, such as celebrities and influencers that were ambassadors for this brand, to extend our reach greatly. So a second learning other than was we need to continue experimenting with shoppable video was that talent matters. We also had the director of style and beauty of People magazine. Her name's Andrea Leventhal. We had her in the live shopping experience. This all helped to sell product. All right, and it's not just publishers who are experimenting with shoppable video, it's retailers such as Amazon and their Amazon Live feature. Amazon partners with influencers, brands, and publishers on live shopping experience. And about a year and a half ago, our InStyle e-commerce editor went on an Amazon Live for 10 minutes. She was talking about her favorite products to buy from their big style sale. And at the time, it was mainly an exposure play and for us to be able to experiment with this technology. But I have no doubt that retailers like Amazon are making moves to be able to monetize these experiences for publishers. And I'm really excited about that. I'm going to jump gears to innovative partnerships, because this is also something that publishers should be playing with as they grow their commerce businesses. The example that I'm going to highlight today is our Walmart partnership. This is a really exciting partnership, and it came together with one goal in mind. It was a shared goal of helping consumers get affordable meals on the table quicker and easier than ever before. So we use data and insights to do this. The 3 products that we've built through this partnership are, the first being the interactive shopper units that I mentioned. On the next slide, I will take you through a screen grab of what that experience looks like. The second is a visual search tool. This one is really exciting, particularly for me. I have ingredients sitting in my pantry that I don't know what to make with. And through this tool, I can actually type in the ingredients that I have and get recipe recommendations of what to make with these ingredients. We have also tapped into image recognition to be able to analyze photos. So for example, I can upload a photo I saw of a meal that looks delicious and learn how to make something that looks like that. The third is chatbots, and this is primarily exclusive to Facebook Messenger at this time. But this is a really interesting way to deliver recipe inspiration based on local trends and pantry items. Here's the shoppable ad unit experience that I was referencing. So as a user, I'm looking, how do I make these peanut butter cookies? I can see that I actually can buy all of the ingredients that are needed to make them. I probably don't have my pantry stocked and I need a few of them. So I'm going through, I'm able to identify the location that is closest to me for curbside pickup, or you can actually have it delivered to your home as well. Say if I already have salt, for example, I can uncheck salt because I don't need it. I'm also able to customize the product I want. So if I prefer a different brand name or a different price than what was originally recommended to me, I have the option to do that all within this shopper unit. And then by clicking the add to cart button, it takes me directly to Walmart and everything's in my cart already without having to then take an extra step to find it again and add them to my Walmart cart. So it's a really helpful experience that in partnership with Walmart, we built together. And the way that we did that was through data. And luckily for us, retailers are sharing more data than ever before. This wasn't the case a couple years ago. In the case of the shopper units, we were able to build Walmart's APIs into our platform, to allow us to promote thousands of SKUs that were most importantly in stock, and they had updated pricing. So this service is really helpful to our readers. It's convenience. No one wants to recommend a product that's not available to them. It's a poor user experience. Naturally, it increases revenue for ourselves and the retail partners as well. And it allows us to create more personalized content, which is also key. In this case, we're using localized data to be able to provide them with recommendations near them. But other ways of creating personal content might be through affiliate content. How do you pull in products that we already know that they're clicking on and that there's an interest there? You can do that in email marketing. Retailers do a great job of doing that. I was looking for a dresser for my bedroom the other day, that was fairly affordable. And then the next day, Wayfair sent me an email of dressers that looked similar to the ones I was looking at and the price point that I was looking for. And it worked. It got me to open it. So yeah, I just think that we need to be thinking about how do we personalize content for our consumers. But what you should know in the case of integrating APIs is it can be a long process. It takes resources, both tech resources and time. and that retailer APIs can differ quite widely. So integrating Walmart's API might be very different from, say, Target's API, for example. And then we also use this first-party data and third-party data from affiliate partners to better our commerce content strategy. It's extremely important. That's how my team was able to achieve that record-breaking growth year after year, because now we have a better understanding of what are the merchants and the products and the product categories that our readers are most interested in. What is that average price point that is the sweet spot in our content that we should be focusing more on? It also helps us get some insights on traffic sources and paid campaigns. So now we are able to better optimize our paid Facebook campaigns, for example. Because by partnering with our data and business insights team, we can pull in nearly real-time data to know whether or not a paid campaign is doing well. If it is, let's put more budget towards it. Let's lean into it. If it's not, maybe we scale back, maybe we stop the campaign. So, data is core to our strategy. And my key takeaways to round it all up. The first is that publishers must be experimenting off platform. It's not just about on-site content. It's not just about affiliate content anymore. How do we take that to the next level? So go beyond your on-site content, particularly with social commerce and shoppable video. Also, remember to keep your inventor hat on. You always have to be innovating, thinking about what's next. For us, we recommend focusing on delivering convenience and helping your audience solve problems. And also, personalization matters. Use the first-party data that we have available and artificial intelligence to provide custom product recommendations that provide a better service to our consumers. Because at the end of the day, that's really what we're aiming to do. And the opportunities are endless at this point. You just have to try. So now I will open it up to questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chloe. That was great stuff. Really fascinating uses of the technology, especially the shoppable video stuff really fascinates me. Coming off of your first takeaway about going off platform, we have a question from Sebastian, I believe or Sai, who says, moving forward, how do you think the split of product promotion will shift between owned and operated websites and social media?
Yeah, so right now, and that's a great question. It's primarily on the owned and operated properties, but I think that the off-platform properties such as social media, they will continue to get a bigger and bigger share year after year. So I don't know what that looks like yet, but I think it will definitely get closer to an even split than what it is now.
I have a question about live and going live. Are you on your live shopping shows, are you making those available on demand later, and do they perform as well or better or have a larger reach on demand?
Yes. So for the example of the people shopping event, it was on demand. And then in the affiliate content where we promoted the video, the consumer has the opportunity to go back and watch the video. And there's also a separate link for the live shopping experience where that recorded video lives on that page forever. So it is important that we keep it on demand. And
have you learned anything about timing? When are these things scheduled, and have you learned anything about optimal timing for the live version?
We haven't yet. We're still testing and learning. So that's something that, we will be looking to do. And then with Amazon Live, we've tested it once with that partner. So, we are eager to continue testing these live shopping experiences with various partners, both retailer and social platforms.
Yeah, that's an amazing model, the shoppable video. I think the Home Shopping Network QVC model, I think, got way overestimated and underhyped for many years. So it's amazing to see it really take fire online.
That's a great point, Steve. But the thing is that, with TikTok and these social platforms, you don't need this, amazing shopping set like QVC has. It doesn't need to feel so professional. It could feel like you're talking to a friend. I could film, a live shopping experience now on my cell phone and sell products just as well as I could in a studio. So I mean, it's really easy for, for e-commerce editors and social media editors to be able to experiment with this platform. You just have to start somewhere. And Cosmopolitan, they partnered with Klarna on a live app shopping experience earlier this year. They had a shopping event that was somewhat similar to Meredith, but it was an in-app shopping experience. So I thought it was interesting what they did with Klarna.
Chloe Reznikov of Meredith, thank you so much. That was really interesting stuff. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. I hope you all learned something from this.
I think we did. Thank you so much. And we're going to check some of those shows